that millennials with their stubbornness, haughtiness, and of course smartphone obsession are going to lead us all into doom. They've also gone and said that we are going to ruin the economy with our apparent laziness. But research has shown that in the year 2020, 83% of the entire world workforce are going to be millennials. And I think we have something to say about that. Today on the show, we are joined by Voke Efe Palmer. She's a serial entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, and a millennial who is doing amazing things. Good morning.
Good morning.
I
love your hair.
Love is your word. Envy is mine. If you wake up tomorrow morning without your hair, it was me.
Okay, I'll be careful through the night.
So, okay, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're an entrepreneur. What do you do?
I just recently launched my clothing line, Palmer Fashion.
Okay.
Yes, it's an Afro corporate line for working women, business women.
Like us.
Like you.
Yes, queen.
Yes, so that has been keeping me busy. And then on the side, I own an academy where I coach teenagers on entrepreneurship and business and innovation and just stuff like that.
So a millennial that is helping the next generation, the Gen Z.
Yes.
We're so
something
proud.
like that.
How's that
Thank
working?
you.
How's that working for you?
It's challenging, but it's also enlightening. It is opening a lot of doors for me, and at the same time teaching me about, like you said, the Generation Z. So,
of course, I love it. Okay, if you're not fully sure who the millennials are, basically they're people that are born by the baby boomers. They're born between the early 80s, like from 1981 down to about 1996, or basically the millennium. We're between the ages of 22 and 37, and I think I can just say that we're changing the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say that.
But you know, there's the argument that we are the ones destroying the world, okay? The argument is saying that we are too smartphone obsessed, that we are not strong enough, we don't want to work hard enough.
Obsessed.
And then the economy is not even working for us. Our generation so far has the lowest rate of employment, apparently, since the Second World War ended. So what do you guys think? Are we going to destroy the world? Because we are millennials. Why not?
We're not going to destroy the world.
So Neki, what do you think?
I think that our generation, times has changed, and so the time in which we were born has really affected how we think, how we feel, you know, the kind of choices we make, and you know how involved we are in life generally. So we are not destroying the world. Maybe we're acting on what we met from the baby boomers, we are the echo boomers. So it was sort of amplifying what we met. If we met a better structure, probably we would have done better as echo boomers or as the Gen Y. But the truth is, a lot of us, irrespective of how the structure is, we strive to be better. One of the benefits of being a millennial is that a lot of us are much more purposeful. You know, we have things that we aspire to be. We have goals we want to achieve. We saw how our mothers lived as females, and we said, oh, we're not going to live this way. We're going to map up our own path, and we're going to set our own course. And it has also created a perception for the Gen Z, and they see people like us, and they want to also do better. So that's it for me.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think the millennials are ruining it for everybody else?
We are not a problem. A lot of times people use the word millennials and you hear persons from the baby boomer generation rolling their eyes because they just assume, oh, this set of persons are entitled, they are just, you know. But I think with a different age comes a different culture, and we definitely, first of all, the economy is not in our favor. It's not in our favor. Unemployment is high and all that. So we are adjusting the way we know how to. You understand? And at the same time, we would not want to be dictated to. You understand? We want to set our own pace, live our own life, you know, self-express, express ourselves. So, but for the baby boomer generation, they don't understand that. You know, they want the conventional lifestyle and stuff like that. So when we are trying to do different and be different, it's like, okay, what are you doing?
That's why if you want to destroy.
Yes. So like we're trying to destroy the world, they don't understand this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
You understand? But definitely we are not the problem. We are a different kind of amazingness.
And I feel that we're open-minded people. We're not being streamlined to the norm. Now, usually, you know, there's the way things have been done over time. Now this is it. You want to get married. You know, when you get to a certain age, you get married. You give birth to children. You live a certain kind of life. You work as a civil servant for a while, and then you retire. But this generation just don't. We just don't want to live by the norm. I'm not slandering my parents too, anyways. But you know, we're not trying to just live by the normal lifestyle, because we saw to an extent that these things didn't work for our parents or for that generation. As much as they had results, but they still had limited results. So we in this generation, we're not trying to destroy. We're trying to make it the best out of what we can make it, and make sure that things are working for us as we want it, even though, you know, there are certain things that, in quotes, we are not so involved with. But, you know, we are the kind of people who want more for ourselves and say, no, I'm not settling for less. If my mom did this, I'm not doing this. My dad did this, so I'm not doing this. So do you understand? So I don't want to, I'm not living my life like this. This is not what I want, but I want more for myself. So you're stretching and you're reaching out. And then they don't understand that because you're stretching and reaching out for more, they don't understand, they don't get it. So they need to find a balance and understand that we're completely different generation, different people. We understand things differently. So we're not trying to destroy the world.
So it doesn't seem like we're throwing around words that people are not acquainted with. The baby boomers are the adults that were born in the 1960s, the adults that came after the bigger wars, the adults that produced us. Those are the baby boomers. We are the babies. Basically, the people that populated the earth after all the two major wars, and you know, we are the products of that population. If you guys look at your parents' pictures, they were really getting it down. They have the mini skirts, they have the palazzo pants, which is really surprising. After party, because they were really turning up. Now, another thing that people complain about when it comes to millennials is our involvement in politics. Now, you can look at this past election that we just had, our general election. The younger generation, people between the ages of from 30 down to like 18, they barely got involved. You went to the polling units, it was still the elderly that were there. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to call you elderly, but it was still the elderly that were there. So why are we not involved in politics? Why? What is the problem?
I'll speak for myself. I feel that it's the issue that we have based on, you know how we feel like if we get involved in politics, nobody will listen to us. Yes, I think that is it. I think that's exactly. So you feel like, okay, I have this and this idea. I want to bring this and say, let's do stuff like this. And then, you know, you're like, let me tell this person. And then maybe you have tried it, and then maybe they just give you a culture and say, you don't know how politics run. No. The way politics is to collect money, and you know that's the idea they give you. In fact, that's the idea we are giving generally. Like, you know, politics is to go and take as much as you can get, and then we're like, okay, let's do more. Even if you want to take, you know, let's do more, and then we feel like we're shut down. So I feel our generation most of the times don't want to get involved in politics because, you know, we feel like they won't hear us with our good ideas and great ideas. I believe we have great ideas.
So you just sit down in your house,
you know, and then we.
Okay, are you involved in politics?
I voted, so
that's
a lot, because before now I used to be very receptive.
Okay.
So you know, so I didn't, and then for a lot of other persons, they were not going to just get up, go outside and vote. Voting was a big deal. You know, I'm not talking getting involved now as in taking political, but if you notice from these last elections, it was different. It was a lot better.
Okay.
It was not. We're not there yet, but it's a lot better, you know. So I would say the millennials are not as involved in politics as they should be. Not because they don't want to be, but because we don't have a culture that recognizes the fact that youths and millennials have sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's still we're still getting there. You understand? If we had a more open culture, society realizes, okay, we have youths, we have millennials, we have young people that really can do much, and we need to give them opportunities and stuff. If they put out more of these opportunities in politics, and a lot of young people would stand up and, you know, take up these opportunities. But because we generally just feel like, oh, they cannot handle this, so we too act like, okay,
you're laid back,
let's just chill, be on our own lane and just let them do their thing. You know, they've been doing it all the while. They have all the wisdom in that field. So let's just sit back.
Like, do you think so? Do you agree with the both of them, or do you think that we're just lazy and we don't have that kind of time?
We are not lazy.
Stop saying we're lazy.
Buhari will argue with you.
Let's not even talk about that.
Millennials, it's how we channel our energy. Now, the way we grew up, first of all, the family is the unit of the society. And so the way you're molded as an individual stems from your family. If you grew up in a home where you're not listened to, where your thoughts, your ideas are not recognized, you have that sense of ideology towards things around you. And so, agreeing with what they said, a lot of millennials will want to participate in politics, but the whole sense of, will I be accepted? Will I do my own thing and not have a godfather that I have to be loyal to? Will they let me run my turn? You have to listen to. Will they let me run my turn on my own reins? Will they just let me be? Because we are the mini generation. Let me be. Let me do my thing. Let me run my life.
Independence.
And so the independence thing will make us say we are in or we are out. But I think that should change, because the truth is we're smart, we're very intelligent, we're innovative, and you see us channeling that energy towards the internet. So we become much more technologically, sound and advanced than much more politically inclined. But that should change, because the truth is the baby boomers will fade off and we will be the generation.
Definitely.
And so I also feel that the baby boomers have a role to play, in handing over political orientation to us as the Gen Y, because the truth is the Gen Z looks up to us. So the generation is going to go away. Buhari is not going to be on seat forever. That's the truth, basically. But we have a responsibility to also pick up interest in politics. So in as much as we want to blame the baby boomers for not giving us a proper structure, we have the responsibility as well, to have interest in politics. Maybe I'll run for councillor.
Verse for next 2025. Anywho, we've also been accused of something that I personally am fighting against. We've been accused of immorality for some reason.
Where was the baby boomers?
They always tell us that the way you dress, you cannot. When you come home, your mom is like, go and cut your hair. Go and cut your hair. Then when you say, look at the way you are looking responsible now. Or you're going to have multiple piercings, and your mother will wake you up at the midnight. Remember the home from whom you came. But then we saw their pictures. We saw our mothers in the mini dresses. We saw our fathers in the palazzo and the deep V. We saw them in the club. So are we
crop
really
tops.
with crop tops? So are we really the immoral generation?
I think
there's betray us.
First of all, I feel that they should let us be, because nobody stopped them from doing what they wanted to do. That's one. Two, I would say the reason why they attack us so much is because of what they did, and so they're afraid that we're going to do the same things they did. They know how far they went, so they try to be like, okay, I'm not going to let my child do this too. I don't want my child to get this kind of experience. That's why they are like that. But but I feel that they came from a generation where they understood these things. They should be able to explain to us why it happened. That's why you have this generation asking a lot of whys, and I think it's good. And I think it's good. We were never given an opportunity to ask why. We're just told to shut up, and if you say, why did they say you should shut up, you ask why, you receive like 10 slaps followed. So you couldn't ask questions. But I like that fact that this generation, the Gen Zs, are actually asking questions. We couldn't ask questions. Imagine if we asked more questions, then maybe they would have been able to explain better. I would have understood from their point. So what I would say is, we are not an immoral generation. We are inquisitive. We want to know. We want to do. They wanted to know in their own way. Now we want to know. We're not immoral people. We're just inquisitive.
Okay, do you think our generation is taking it too far?
No, I totally agree with her. First of all, we are a different generation that understands independence, and we just want to do our own thing and see where we get with that. You understand? And like she said, the baby boomer generation, they are scared of what they have lived, and then seeing their own children going that path, they feel like, okay, they don't trust them enough, first of all, to make the right decisions in such situations. So it's not about what we're wearing or the kind of haircut we're. It's the end result of that kind of lifestyle. They are scared, like, where is this leading them to? And then they've lived it before, and they're familiar with this pattern, and they're super scared. So that's it. It's not really, I've thought about this a lot, and it's not really about what we are doing differently. We're not doing anything differently, really. But they're scared. So they're like,
Mommy, I'm not the one that said you for scared.
Just to add up to what you said, when I was making my research, funny enough, the baby boomers, they had a lot of children in our time, in their time.
That is why they're called the baby boomers.
Yeah, because
really
they gave birth to babies. So if you're talking about the sexual ratio, it was more of them than less of us.
So much shit.
Sorry,
A lot happened.
a lot really happened. And the same from what I said, the whole fear thing, you know, and we saw things too, you know, as children, we imitate what we see than what we are told.
Yeah.
You know, so we knew the things our father did. My mom never taught me sex education.
Oh, but you learned, boo boo.
I had
Somehow.
to learn it. Somehow, some way. You know, now if we're told some certain things, there are certain parts that I'm sure most of us will never have
That's true.
told. You know, there are certain things, especially when it came to boys, you'll be able to meet your mom and say, oh, someone talked to me. But they told us that if a boy touches you, you're going to get pregnant.
Instantly.
And so, instantly. And
Pregnancy.
We at that point, it's true.
Did you guys hear the story about? I don't know. They told me the story that this girl went to this boy's house, and no, the boy masturbated on his bed sheets, and so there was on the bed sheet, and then the girl went to his house, and the girl was helping him wash. So she just did the bed sheet like this. The sperm just flew into her, and she got pregnant.
Wow.
Into or on her?
Into her vagina.
How?
I don't know. But I never went to a boy's house because I did not want to dust the bed sheet.
You see what I'm saying?
So we had so many stories that
our curiosity
were not
started building. Like, okay, how can
Because there are a lot of
get pregnant
unanswered
by
questions.
touching? So if I touch a girl, why is she not pregnant? Like the way I would touch a boy. Those were curious questions we started asking, and because at some point a lot of us couldn't take it no more, you know, we started being open about our views. I feel we should do this, and your mom would say, "Shut up." It got to a point where they knew beating would not help anymore. So I don't know what advice. Personally, I don't know what advice my mom. She just said, "Okay, I think it's best I become their friends, so that we can be on the same page." Do you understand? Because our curiosity started building. We found one thing about our generation: we are left to discover things on our own.
We discovered
You
a
know,
lot.
a lot.
We
We didn't have the parental guidance, you know, on the path of life generally, on the school of life, on how to mingle with people, on how to understand the psychology.
Like, he would be here a while, so I was just coming. Okay, let's move to the workplace right now. Okay, we've been told that we're struggling the highest level of unemployment because of the economy that we found ourselves. But I've noticed that the millennials are changing the narrative. Millennials are so much more involved in the happiness. You know, normally people think about job, work-life balance. But for millennials, it's more about work-life integration. Millennials have found a way to work from home. Millennials are always thinking about how they're going to be happy in the place where they work. Some employers have learned this. They try to make sure that the workspace is comfortable and happy for their employees, because they know that if you're in a place where you're happy, definitely you're going to work better. But with the situation of unemployment, do you think we're getting it right? Since we're devising ways to work part-time, work 3 jobs, do remote jobs, are we truly getting the happiness that we want and creating that work-life integration?
I would say yes, we are, because we are not settling and just saying let's take it normal. There's no job, so let's sit at home. Now you find people having different jobs because we don't want to just settle for less, especially when it comes to women. Now, one of the things that happened in our generation is that women want to do more for themselves. Our mothers didn't do so much. They were a bit more relaxed with just having the regular job and then their husbands taking care of them. But we did so much. We want to do so much. We want to be CEOs. We want to create opportunities steadily, that at this time of my life I should be able to say I am independent enough to say I can sustain myself. So we are doing more. I'm not saying I'll say we are doing more, and I think it's a good thing. We are not relaxing now in this, especially in this time where there is so much going on. We're doing so much more.
Okay, what do you think?
I think the whole integration of work and life happiness thing, it can be that way because of social media.
Okay.
It exposes you to a lot of lifestyles, and you're like, okay, I want that. I can hope, I can dream. I can pull this whole thing together and live a more fulfilling life. Fulfillment is a big deal in this generation.
It is.
So they don't want to just go to work and then come home and swap to try to be happy. No, it has to work together. So yeah, that's a big deal. So definitely we're doing great in that regard, especially with the self-employment thing, work at home, persons DIY, you know, jobs and all that. So it's increasing. Innovation is, you know, keeps coming, and we are growing fast with innovation. So
like giving us a pat on our back.
we're doing really well. I wish you know, the elderly would give us more credit for what we're doing. Come on.
Yes, I need to give us credit.
Before we had that kiddies show, when I said elderly, I didn't feel bad. But since they started calling us olden days and elderly, it really affected me. It's part of this conversation. Now we're going to jump on the last roadblock before we call it a day. We have been told that we have the highest rate of single people. Why are you people not dating and getting married?
Why are you not dating and getting married?
This is not about me.
Why are you not
it's
married
about
right
you.
now?
This is a general problem. I told that the level of being single is highest in our generation. Now, women are not aspiring to get married as quickly as possible. They want to have jobs. They want to be CEOs. They want to be members of the boards. The men are looking for hardworking, independent women because they just don't have that time to pay rent, school fees, food, cream, everything. Why are we so single?
We will get married. I think they're calculating a lot of single persons. They're not calculating the ones that get married late. I think the thing is not that we're single.
That
we don't get married late. We don't get married early, like in the 20, when you're 21. It's, if a friend of mine gets married at 21, I'll be like, hey, what's up?
Why?
Before, when you come out of school, if you go to school at all, you come out of school and then you just get married. Now, like, if you're thinking marriage right after school, I'm like, hey, what's up? Are you okay? Really? So it's not that a lot of single persons you know, it's that we're getting married later than should be, or later than compared to before. Yes.
I think
so.
I think for us, priorities shifted.
Yes.
In our generation, then in our mom's generation, theirs is just maybe if you go to school, you get married. So that's why we hear our mom say after school. Once you're done with university, where is the man? And they're already dropping the lines of, okay, so when are you bringing him home? Before we want to leave. We won't have that time. We want to enjoy our singlehood. We want to enjoy our independence as women. We want to spend our money. We want to take ourselves out. We want to go on trips. You know, we want to just have fun.
See the world.
And see the world before we start giving birth to children. Like doing the process of children. And we saw that our mothers did not leave that. They didn't live that life.
I would like to say that for us it's also the thing about fulfillment. And not that we're not thinking about marriage, just certain things you wanna achieve before you get married. So we have a different idea we want. Do you understand? So there's this fulfillment, you want to live your dreams. You have more ladies who want to live their dreams. You have more ladies who want to reach out for more and say, I am living my dream, you know, and then even if it takes you the next 5 years, I'm going to keep doing this one till I get to point A and point B. You have more ladies who want to do their masters before they get married, or even PhD before they get married and say, oh yes, and then I am fulfilled and then I have a stable job.
Yes, 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 and yes. I wish we could just stay and go on and on and on and give ourselves hugs and high fives and stuff. But we have to bring the show to a close. Let me just say a big thank you to you, Voke. You're doing amazing. I know your line is going to be fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. Thank you.
And thank you, Neki, for all your passion and emotion. And I am waiting for your master's and your PhD.
Wow.
Yes. And so thank you for joining us again today. We'll be here again tomorrow by 9 a.m. in the morning, giving you all the juice, all the scoop. Congratulations to some millennial ladies. Rihanna has been announced as the richest female musician in history. She's worth $600 million. Followed closely by Celine Dion at $450 million and Beyonce at $400 million. And even Serena Williams is the first female athlete to be in the Forbes self-made women list. The millennials are getting it done. Thank you so much. Have yourself a lovely day and good morning.
Bye.